All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a short agenda for the evening. We're going to get started here. I know our finance committee ran right up to the last minute, which is great, but we're going to try to stay on task. We've got some very important people in the back that are here to participate. So how are we doing on a quorum? When Gay gets back and our colleague comes here, I think we'll have a quorum. So technically, he's in the room. Technically, we have a quorum, so I think we can get going. So, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? Art? Hit some big red button. You good? Appreciate y'all being here.
Recording in progress.
She's always interruptive. Appreciate y'all being here for the regularly scheduled meeting of the Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District. This is our regular meeting on Thursdays for the fourth Thursday of the month. With that, I'd like to welcome all of you, and we're going to begin the evening with a call to order and a roll call, please.
Yes. Director Weber?
Present.
Director Gould?
Present.
Director Wood?
Present.
Director Jones? Here. Director Costa?
Here.
Director Clark? Director Saylor, Sheets, and Rice are absent this evening.
Okay, very good. We'll now go and complete a pledge to the flag, and I'll lead it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested, way to go, Director Gould. Metro Cable announcement, if you're interested in watching these proceedings later on, please refer to the agenda where a lengthy description of where and when and how you can gain access to this riveting material. With that, we're going to move on to a public opportunity to discuss matters of public interest within the district's jurisdiction on items on or not on the agenda. Madam Clerk, do we have any speaker forms?
Yes, I have one speaker card from Roger Mitchell.
I was going to try to guess. Mr. Mitchell, welcome. You know the rules. Play fair. Here we go.
Thank you. Board Chair, board members, chief, staff, and members of the public. My name is Roger Mitchell, former director and a very proud retiree of this wonderful fire district. That being said, I'm just here as a reminder to let you know about our upcoming fundraising dinner on October the 5th. That's for the restoration of Rio Linda's second ever fire engine, a 1927 American LaFrance, and a small amount of money in that dinner will be also used on the station. So just a reminder, any of you that haven't had your tickets yet, please see me. I have them this evening. And again, we would let you know that we're very lucky that as part of our dinner, we do have a world-renowned speaker for a few minutes that will help us. So we're very happy to have that, and we thank you very much, Chief, for that. So any questions?
Questions for the speaker? Thank you, Roger. Appreciate that.
That was under 3 minutes, I believe, Director?
You did fantastic. Keep that up. You did great, my friend. Really wonderful. Madam Clerk, we have any speakers from our online visitors?
No, we do not.
Shocker. We'll move on to consent items. Questions? I'll entertain a motion on the 3 items in consent.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
Second.
We got a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes. Director Weber?
Aye.
President Gould?
Aye.
Director Wood?
Aye.
Director Jones? Aye. Director Costa?
Aye.
Director Clark? Aye. Thank you. Motion passes.
Thank you very much. I have no report this evening. We'll move on to the fire chief's report. You're up, Chief.
Good evening, President Gould, directors, members of the public, colleagues. Good to see so many sworn and badges in the back of the room. Thank you for showing up tonight. It's with my pleasure to do some congratulations and announcements on reassignments and assignments and members wanting to step up. Succession planning, as you've heard from me, is really important in the organization. We're taking advantage of that currently right now. So congratulations to Captain Eric Haas, who was selected to fill the EMS Day Captain assignment. Captain Haas will transition to EMS Day Captain position effective September 1st. I want to say thank you to Captain Eric Mattioli, who was reassigned from the EMS Day Captain position to suppression. He'll go back there September 8th, 2024. Say thank you to both of those members. Congratulations to Battalion Chief Brian Barthel, who's been selected to fill the Special Operations Battalion Chief assignment effective August 25th, 2024. With that, thank you to Battalion Chief Grant Russell, who's been reassigned from Special Operations back to suppression. He'll be on B-14 B shift, I believe, and he'll go back to that assignment on September 9th. So thank you, Chief Russell, for all your dedication and work in Special Operations. And due to some undetermined length of vacancies in both the DC and AC ranks, I'm utilizing succession planning mentoring opportunities, and effective August 1st, we have assigned Shift Commander Mike Johnson. Temporarily will serve an out-of-class upgrade position to Deputy Chief of Administration. With that, I'm reassigning Chief Ty Bailey. He'll temporarily go over to Deputy Chief of Support Services. I can't thank both of you enough. Thank you for stepping up and filling those roles. Effective August 21st, Shift Commander Joe Farica will temporarily serve as Assistant Chief of Training Division, and I'm saying that intentionally, sir, Training Division, not Training Health and Safety.
We caught it. Good move.
I got another one coming
Yeah, that
for
was
you.
slick.
And Assistant Chief Chris Green will move from his current assignment, AC of Operations, over to the A Shift Shift Commander position. I love challenges. Wasn't 45 days, it wasn't 2 weeks, minus a day. I'm proud to announce we have separated training, safety, and health. We are making a separate division called, we have not named it yet, truthfully. As of today,
That's a really long name.
we are calling it Training, Health, and Safety with a separation from training. I've tasked Chief Beck, who you met last meeting, to come up with a name that includes wellness and all-inclusive of what we're really trying to attempt with this division. It is going to have all-encompassing health, safety, wellness, peer support, effective member improvement. So we're going to have a name for you. Effective August 21st, yesterday, that separation in the new division was made. I'm proud to say that Battalion Chief Tony Peck will temporarily serve as Assistant Chief out of class underneath this new division. I asked him, he will be back to hopefully the first meeting in September to give you an update of where we're at with the name, and also a further presentation on exactly what we've completed so far, as I made a correction to his presentation. A lot of those tasks we have completed with your support, labor support, our members' support, being proactive once again in this organization. So thank you for the challenge. I accepted it, and I beat your 2 weeks by day.
Good.
So
It's fantastic.
it's a great move for the organization. It's needed from the time I was in training, safety, and health. To train this organization should be a priority itself in this organization, along with the wellness. So that separation is going to be good for this organization itself. So I'm proud of that, and thank you for the challenge by all of you. So with that, I'll end my report unless you have questions.
Questions for the chief?
I have one comment. I guess
There
it
you
should
go.
be, I guess
Go.
it should be Dr. Gould Division.
No, absolutely. You want to see it fail, do that. That's wonderful, Chief. I mean, listen, this is a big deal, right? And so, way to go. I had no doubts that it was going to happen before the deadline. No doubts at all. Well, that's great. Any other questions for the chief?
You know, actually,
Go ahead.
I do have a question. So I think, Chief, during that presentation, there was a question about any FTEs associated with this. And I know you committed that there wouldn't be any budget impacts, but I would just like to ask, I think we spent some time, you moved very quickly on this, but we spent some time looking at maybe there are opportunities. And maybe it's something that we do consider looking at additional, full-time equivalents for that division.
Absolutely, and that's, we'll have to evaluate the division. I've asked Chief Johnson in his new role with Chief Peck and myself, we'll sit down, we'll talk to all the players involved. We're gonna look at what the future looks like, and that request may come at some point as we learn ourselves of what that new division is gonna take on. It's a big package, and it's a needed package. And once again, we're gonna take the lead on it organizationally for setting the tone for the region, for the state, and I'm sure for the nation also. So thank you for that. But as of now, as you know, fiscal responsibility is a priority for me. Right now, I think we can absorb some of those and find efficiencies like we've done in the past, but I'm sure we are going to need more staff somewhere in that division. I'm just not sure at what rank or position at this point.
Very good. Any other questions for the chief? Okay, let's move on now to ops report. Chief Mitchell, welcome.
I did tease it a little bit, didn't I? Good evening, President Gould, directors, Chief House, and all. It's my pleasure tonight to come before you, and I'm honored to be able to bring up Chief Keeley for the shift commander highlight or spotlight. We talk about how great of a job our men and women do every single day throughout the organization. I'm here to speak specifically to operations and what we have going on there. And I'm looking forward to the presentation that Chief Keeley is going to be doing for us tonight, introducing some of our members, but also taking us through a bit of a multimedia experience as well. So without further ado, Assistant Chief Keeley.
Thank you, Chief. Good evening, President Gould, directors, Chief House, friends, colleagues, members of the public present and virtual. My name is Kylie Keeley. I'm B Shift Commander, and I have the honor of presenting the Shift Commander Spotlight tonight. Last Thursday at 07:53, the comm center received multiple calls for reports of a fire from a duplex. While responding, we were updated with multiple reports of heavy smoke and potential of victims trapped inside the duplex. At one point, there was a report of 4 victims trapped. That was reduced down to 1 person trapped in the back bedroom, and it was also relayed that she was disabled, unable to escape herself. Dispatch did a great job updating the crews via MDC, and then the battalion chief did an excellent job relaying the critical components of that to the crews that were responding, who are tasked with mapping and finding water supplies and building construction and navigating. So all of those updates were relayed onto the TAC channel, so the crews that were responding knew what they were going into. We have a short video to play for you to understand the conditions that the crews faced upon their arrival. Granted, this was first thing in the morning. The fire did get a good head start on our crews, and with a victim trapped, it's always a very emotional scene. So please play the video for us.
And we need the, I'm thinking we may need the dia slides down a little bit. Oh.
Thank you. So that video was put together by Battalion Chief PIO Parker Wilborn, and that went out on all of our social media sites to highlight what our crews were encountering that day. It was a combination of helmet cam video and bystander video that was compiled to present to the public. So now it is my honor to bring up the crew members that were integral to that rescue. I've got Captain McMahon from Engine 21 and his crew, and Captain Leonard from Rescue 21 and his crew.
Good evening. I'm Captain McMahon. I was the captain on Engine 21 that day. I was working overtime, so I was lucky enough to be there. The engineer on Engine 21 was Jaden Fitz, and the firefighter was Walter Tenbrink. I'll give a quick summary of what the engine did, and then Captain Leonard's going to come up and talk about what the rescue did. So like Chief said, it was early morning, shift change. Everybody was kind of milling around, figuring out what we were going to do for the day, and we got the call. Once we jumped in the rig and headed out, we could see a column, so we knew that we were definitely going to a fire. The MDT also gave us a little bit of an update that there was definitely some things happening on scene. When I arrived, also being in our advantage was that it was in our first in, so I knew the area well. So right when I saw the address off Sperry, I knew it was going to be right around the 7-Eleven, quick right-hand turn, and it was going to be those duplexes on the right-hand side. We've been there a million times, so that was working in our favor. Then we arrived, and I could see that there's heavy smoke on the front. We call it the Alpha, the backside Charlie, and the Delta side. Smoke coming pretty much from every window, and then a lot of people running around in the front yard. And so once I gave a quick size up, we got out. I talked to some people in the front yard. Everybody was yelling that there was a disabled. I heard a disabled child. I think there was a lot of neighbors yelling too. So then I got on the radio and made sure all the incoming units knew that there was a disabled person on the Charlie side. So I tried to get as much information I could in a short time. And then I knew the rescue was right behind us. So in that situation, I know the rescue is going in for search, and our job is to support that search operation and then extinguish the fire. So when we stopped, our firefighter, Ten Brink, got out, pulled the line down the Delta side. As we went down the Delta side, there was fire in it was kind of a long, narrow duplex. It went garage, kitchen, family room, and then 2 bedrooms in the back. The kitchen and the family room are the room of origin, so those were already flashed over, and there was fire coming out the windows on both of those. So we kind of bypassed those and then tucked into that first bedroom there to basically get a line between the victim and the fire, cool down the area, and basically support the rescue operation, which was starting at that exact same moment. During that time, I knew Rescue 21 was in the back bedroom. I heard them back there. So we supported them the best we could, cooled down that area, and then backed out and put out the rest of the fire in the family room and the kitchen. And that was kind of our operation. I'll let Captain Leonard take it from there.
All right, well, my name's Josh Leonard. I'm the captain of Rescue 21. That day I had Matthew Rust was my engineer. I had Danny Kim here as one of my tool firefighter, and Kyle DiBiase, who's not here tonight, as my saw firefighter. Ryan did a really good job of describing the whole lead up to it. When we got off the rig, I was told the same thing. A bystander grabbed me and told me there was a disabled kid in the back. So I got on the radio, double checked that everybody knew that, and then we started running. You saw me running through on the video on the side yard. At the same time, I ran into the husband of the victim, and he was like my disabled wife's lane right here in this window. At that time, Danny was making contact with her. I was right there at the window waiting to receive her. I didn't go in thinking it was going to be a really quick, like 5-second grabber. She was talking, he was talking to her, I was talking to them. We thought it was going to be a really fast grab. So I sat at the window waiting to grab her, and it wasn't moving as fast as we thought it was going to move. Kyle jumped in to help out, and between the two of them, they were trying to pick her up in that room, and she was wedged into a hospital bed. She was paralyzed from a stroke, and so she had all the Hoyer lift, the wheelchair, the moving table, the walker. The room was full of her stuff, so she was wedged into something. While they were trying to make that access, they ended up calling for Matt to jump in, so Matt jumped into the room. It took 3 of them to dislodge her. They handed her out to me outside, and then we were able to drag her out into the yard. Our single rolls came back, grabbed her, and got her out to an ALS ambulance and got her to the hospital. They also found the family's dog, and we were able to get the dog out, and by the time, the dog didn't look like it was alive, but by the time we left, he was up running around and going to the vet. So it turned out really well. We lost a cap, but, you know, we did what we could. Yesterday, we had the honor of the husband coming to the firehouse to come thank us. He came to the house, told us his wife has a long road to recovery. She's got skin grafts and burns. She'll be at UC Davis for a couple of weeks, and then she's going to go to a long-term like wound care hospital in South San Francisco for follow-up treatment. So, but everything's looking good and turned out as well as it could be. So that was it. Am I missing anything? Any questions?
Good job, thank you very much.
Nicely done.
Looks like we got one.
Bob, go.
Dog probably
Oh,
saved her
yeah.
life.
The dog probably saved her life. Yeah, I did kind of breeze over that. The dog found her. The daughter actually came into the house to try to grab her mom, knowing that her mom was disabled. She came in, got the wheelchair. They lived a house or two up the street, 2 houses up the street. So the daughter came running down, ran by the fire, got to her mom, and then was trying to get her into the wheelchair. And when she pulled her off the bed, that's when she got wrapped up, right? And the daughter was able to physically lift her up to get her into the wheelchair. Well, the dog, the pit bull, came and sat down, or pit bull? Bulldog? Yes, big dog came and sat on her chest and was licking her face. And it actually saved her chest from a lot of burns. It was kind of protecting her airway. So the dog was there too. And at first, Danny found the dog before he found her. He picked the dog up, moved the dog, and then realized she was underneath it. So the dog was staying by her side the whole time, trying to protect her. And that was her pride and joy, apparently, too, according to her husband. So he was super happy to find, that the dog also survived.
I love dogs.
I
Yeah.
see a special,
It was
I
Will
see
to
a
the end.
special commendation for the dog coming, right? That'll be fun to do here. Bob, any other questions for this wonderful team? Folks, wonderful. What a great story. And I just can't praise you enough. I mean, this is what you guys do every day, right? And I know how much you hate these events where you have to come and talk about what you do. But the community needs to hear these kinds of things, right? It's absolutely critical that they hear what you do every day. So thank you very much. Chiefs, any other thing you want to say about your ops report?
Not a whole lot to follow up that with. I would like, you mentioned the community. The community needs to know they have the best fire department members in this community, anywhere, probably in the world. And these men and women behind us are doing it every single day, like you said. So we should be very proud of them, and we are. And I know they don't like coming here and they wouldn't want the accolades, but fantastic work, gentlemen.
Yeah, and if somebody, Chief, can follow up, I'd love to see an accommodation for the dog. I mean, think about that. That dog could have easily, just by laying on top of her, saved her airway, which, as you all know, would have been the end of it, right? So that'd be fun, a little bit different from what we do in the past. Thanks, guys. Wonderful job. Appreciate that. Deputy Chief Johnson, you're up.
Good evening, President Gold, Board of Directors, Fire Chief House, proud members of Metro Fire. Mike Johnson, Acting Deputy Chief of the Administration. One request, can we move the shift commander spotlight to after the admin report from now on?
Nope.
This is exciting, but not
It'll be
nearly
good for you.
as, unfortunately. Some quick updates from the admin branch. Community relations, they're doing a great job, busy as always. Big highlight is our CERT team. In the month of July, with 26 active members, they set a CERT team record of over 900 volunteer hours. So kudos to them. Part of that was a mobilization with our Type 3 Incident Command Team on the Crozier Fire. Somebody thought outside of the box, got them involved, and as it sounds, it was such a success that they're going to integrate them into that team on a more frequent basis. So kudos to those volunteers. Tuesday, August 6th was National Night Out. Metro Fire crews participated in 14 events throughout the county, all received very well. The MIH grant, they're working on a fentanyl awareness video that is going to be set to come out in time for September 21st, which is Fentanyl Awareness Day. So they've been working hard on this video, and the intent is to get it out to the schools so that we can bring awareness to the dangers of fentanyl in our community. So kudos to them for that. In the finance division, we talk a lot about training and suppression. We sometimes forget that our professional staff train equally as hard as we do, just in different avenues. They set a goal for 20 hours typically. This last year, their total hours on average per member was 56. So kudos to them for that. This year, Emily Brown is going to be part of the Rancho Cordova Leadership Class, class number 27. Several of us have had the honor of going through that class. It tends to be a suppression personnel, And we're proud that Emily will be joining us, suppression personnel, on that this year. So good luck to her, and I hope she enjoys it as much as I did. Human resources, imagine they're busy as always. A lot of recruitments going on. A lot of these have closed recently. Reserve firefighters, lateral firefighters for the 25-1 Academy, mechanics, and EMTs and paramedics for the 25-1 MMP. And with all those comes the background. So Leslie Miller, who does a tremendous job, is awfully busy right now with her background process. So that's all I have from the admin branch, unless you guys have any questions for me.
Questions for Chief Johnson? Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Let's now move on to Chief Law. Chief Law, you got the support services report.
I'm going to pull this down because I'm a lot shorter. Good evening, I'm Barbie Law. I am your fire marshal, and I'm here tonight to talk a little bit about the Community Risk Reduction Division and the work that's been going on this summer. This is a really busy time of year for our inspectors and investigators, and it's important to me that we recognize the efforts that they do because they're really more focused on preventing the tragedies that happen so that we keep the community safe and that we keep our firefighters out of harm's way. So one of the programs that we've been busy with over the summer is weed abatement. Sorry. The weed abatement program. So that usually starts every year right around the beginning of May, depending on the weather and when fire season really kicks off. So May 1st, we started out with 500 and, well, actually over 800 letters to abate. First week in June, they went out and did 596 inspections, checking to make sure that abatement had been done. We had a pretty good compliance rate on the first round of inspections with 76% of property owners taking care of that hazard. However, we did have to send out second round notices. That gives people an additional 7 days to get that work done. After the second round of inspections, we saw 79% of the second rounds done. By the end of the month, we were down to 35 parcels, and 9 of those ended up being sent over to the county for forced abatement. So it's been a busy summer. It's important to highlight that on top of all those inspections, that was a total of 775 inspections in a little over a month. Accompanied with the work of fireworks. So we had 152 booths that had to be inspected, so they've been extremely busy and done a great job with that workload. With that, I didn't have any other updates from any of the other support services folks, so.
Chief Law,
Yes.
and my colleagues. Anybody have a question for Chief Law? So Chief Law, a question. I know we do the 100 and something booth reviews for fireworks. Can you tell me just generally, have we had a fireworks booth issue? I mean, have we had one catch fire or something happen where it's because of something that we could have caught, or are they really, really safe?
So in the time that I've been the fire marshal, we haven't had any fires. We do provide education to the booth operators when we go out and inspect. If we notice any hazards, we correct it right away. So those are going on. Most of those inspections are done on the day that the booths open. So between noon and about 6 o'clock, the vast majority of the booths, the inspectors are on the run, and they're out there making sure things are safe. We're also out roaming around during the time period that they're open, making sure that things are okay as part of that fireworks enforcement when we're looking for illegal fireworks and that type of stuff too. We did have some issues this year. There were 4 thefts. We had 4 different booths that were robbed overnight, and all of their product was stolen. So we'll be working with the county and trying to figure out how do we shore that up, because they were all spaces that stored product on site in a Connex box. So people drove up, cut the lock, and you got thousands of pounds of stuff. Who knows what's going on with that? So that's what we got.
One final thing, in all of that reduction, what a wonderful thing that we do that mitigation of all those weeds. Do you see an opportunity and a revenue stream if we have metro goats? No. I mean, think about that.
I'm not sure what station we're gonna put the goats at.
Metro and We can make
have
some
them
money.
here. I can tell you.
How do they mitigate? How does this county mitigate when we turn it over to them?
So they go ahead and schedule abatement, and then they put a lien on the property to recover the cost for getting that
Sounds like a
done.
revenue stream for us.
How much goat milk can you do?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much. Any other questions for Chief Law? Thank
I
you.
did have one other highlight
Excellent.
on that.
Highlight away.
The results of that work. So we had so far this year 525 vegetation fires. That's a 16% increase from last year. Obviously, we've had a really busy fire season with the fire weather and a number of red flag days and overgrowth of vegetation. But 89.5% of them were held at less than an acre. And considering that we had a pretty good increase from last year, same time, we were at 90%, keeping those at an acre or less. So that weed abatement program matters, and the work the inspectors do help keep us all safe. So we also had a couple of arrests this week in the FIU. They're the other part of the Community Risk Reduction Division. When we have the increased fire behavior like we do over the summer, they're extremely busy. Investigator Morton had 2 arrests on the 19th and the 20th. So we had a residential structure fire in B13, which is an abandoned home. Unhoused individual in there was arrested and taken into custody and booked into jail with the assistance of Citrus Heights PD. And then we also had another unhoused individual on the side of I-80 start a grass fire that was held to less than an acre, which is great, but that person is in custody too. So the work they're doing is keeping some problem members of our community off the street so that we don't have these fires. So
Good.
that's all I have.
Thank you. Excellent report. We appreciate that. I know we have a special guest for Local 522's report. He looks nothing like Sean, so.
I know, that was, you were supposed to introduce me as Sean Scholar so I could do my bad attempt at humor that I'm an older and much less handsome version of Sean Scholar. So he couldn't be here tonight, so Joe Aldrich, I am the battalion chief rep for 522. Good evening, Chief House, President Gould, directors, colleagues, members of the public. Just a few short updates for you. 522 wants to thank Director Costa and Rancho Cordova City Manager Micah Runner for their visit and ride along at Station 61. They had the opportunity to go on some emergency incidents with the crew on 61, and they also got to see the impact and the benefit of Squad 61 to the members or the community members of Rancho Cordova. So they really appreciated you coming out and taking the time, and they felt good support from both our board of directors and the Rancho Cordova City Council or city members. 522 has several important upcoming events that we're going to be heavily involved with. Next week is the IAFF convention, which is going to be in Boston. September 11th, we will have our annual memorial stair climb at the Esquire Tower in Sacramento. September 21st, we're attending the Fallen Firefighter Memorial Ceremony in Colorado Springs. And then on October 12th is the California Firefighters Memorial Ceremony here in Sacramento, as you know. It's been a busy, very busy year for out-of-county responses for us. We've had multiple deployments of strike teams and single resources in both Northern and Southern California. 522 wants to thank all the crews that went out to protect our neighbors in the state, and then also the personnel that stepped up to work and keep our station staffed at home. Thank you also to you, the board of directors, for your continual support of us in 522. And that's the end of my report, unless you have any questions.
Any questions for the chief? Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on now to committee and delegate reports. Executive committee, I'll most likely be reaching out to my colleagues on exec to have conversations about some planning in the fall that may come about. Also, just want to make sure that, Bob, we're on task to have your subcommittee report out on progress for workers' comp. Will that be coming in November?
I can give you an update next meeting.
Okay.
But, yes.
Would you please just kind of think about
Yeah.
giving that update?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Next is Com Center JPA. I think Chief Mitchell, you're doing it.
Chief Green's not here tonight as the alternate JPA board member. I'm here. There is no necessarily report from the JPA. However, with Chief Green's movement over to a shift commander pending next meeting of the JPA, Chief Bailey will be moving into the primary position. I'll stay as the alternate.
Okay.
So, that can report.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Finance and Audit Committee, Director Jones.
Thank you, President Gould. Our committee met tonight, and generally speaking, the report is that the budget that we received, we've stayed pretty much in line with no great deviations. One item to note is that we went from 3.8% forecasted property tax increase to 4.8% property tax increase. So that was one change to the budget that we had first seen. And okay, our next meeting is September 26, 2024.
Thank you, Director Jones. Director Costa, the Policy Committee.
Thank you. No report. Our next meeting is scheduled for September 12th.
I appreciate that one. We come right back to you for board member questions and comments.
I just want to thank the team at Station 61 for the opportunity to do a ride-along. And I'm sure you guys are familiar with that location on Folsom Boulevard. A lot of foot traffic in front of the station. And when I arrived, there was a little altercation with some individuals right out in front of the station, and the crew acted quickly, de-escalated the situation. So we got right into it right when I got there, so it was quite amazing. So they did.
Into the altercation?
No, I'm sorry. I observed the altercation. They quickly jumped into it.
That
Yes.
sounds more
Yes.
right.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
End of comments. Thank you.
Director Jones.
Lord. No, I can't top that one. Good job. Congratulations on the saves for that fire. And I don't have anything else to report. It's just terrific. Within the scope of our responsibilities and duties, it's terrific to hear about good outcomes. So thank you to the men and women of Metro Fire.
Director Weber.
I have no comments, thank you.
Director Delman.
No comments.
Okay. Director Ted.
I just want to say thanks to Chief Mitchell, Johnson, Bailey, you, Chief House, for bringing the crews in today and giving them a chance. It's great. It's very important. We don't get the chance to give them something tangible. And I know they don't like the adulation, but that's all we have is to tell them good job. And it's appreciate you guys giving us the opportunity to do that. So thank you. And with that, I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you, Director Wood. Folks, thank you very much for keeping this meeting on task, and wonderful accolades to everyone that's been promoted and moved around. Chief, special thanks to you as well to take that challenge and even do better. That's what we expect. That's what we see all the time. One final thing is we're making changes at this district like the wellness group, whatever that ends up being called, hopefully a short name, but we're making those changes. In that, I hope that there is somebody in this community that owns a facility or has a location. And you know, high-end athletes get stadiums, don't they? Well, our high-end athletes need a place to have wellness taken care of. And if we have to go out and buy a facility like that, that sets us back in making that happen sooner than later. And I would love to see a member of this community that has the assets, that has the means, that wants their name on the building. Let's get a high-end stadium for our men and women who every day go out there and perform like you heard tonight, right? There is somebody in this community that can make that happen, and we can start this ball rolling even sooner than we expect, because it will take some space and some finances, and I'd love to see somebody that understands the importance of what we do, like at 7:30 in the morning crawling in a burning building when most of us sane people go, that's not a good thing to do, right? But this is what these men and women do. They go in and they save lives, and it could be your grandmother. It could be your spouse that's in there. And I think it's a really good thing that we go out into the community and we tie into that community, because there's people that I know have the assets and with just a stroke of a pen could work with us to make that one need go away pretty quickly. And so I want to just challenge somebody in this community to look at the opportunity to be part of our team in wellness and all of the things that we're doing to make sure our men and women are not only healthy when they go do those fires and other events and requests for services, but they're also taking care of a much broader group. If our firefighters are healthy, so are their families. If their families are healthy, they support them when our crew members have to go outside of Sacramento. So your impact is not just in this community, it's statewide and beyond that. So I'd like to challenge somebody in this community that's got the wherewithal, and we know a lot of fire department and fire district friends. We just ask them to maybe step up a little bit out of your comfort zone and put your name on the front of a wellness building or something where our high-end athletes have a place to continue to perform their skills long-term. I would very much like to see that happen this year. With that, ladies and gentlemen, it is now 6:40. I'd like all of us to go home, hug our spouses, hug our significant others, and tell them that you love them. Meeting adjourned.
Recording stopped.